Good morning, students. Welcome to the online teaching session of Academic World School Bimitra. Today we are here again with class 9 chemistry, second chapter. Is matter around us pure? We discussed about matter in our previous chapter, that was matter in our surroundings, and we studied a lot of things like behavior of matter and the nature of matter. Here we will be studying the purity of matter or the physical classification, how matter is classified into different categories. So from the name of the chapter you all can understand, is matter around us pure? That means we will be testing the purity and also classifying matter on the basis of purity. So first of all, definition of matter we studied in our previous chapter as well. It is defined as something that is having mass and occupies space. Otherwise, it can be said that any substance or anything that has mass and volume is called matter. Now, in our previous chapter, we studied the nature of matter or its behavior, particulate nature or continuous nature, and elaboration of that category. In this chapter, we will study the classification of matter on the basis of its composition or on the basis of its purity. So, as we know, two kind of substances are there. One is pure, another is impure. So just like that, matter is also classified into two categories, that is called pure and impure. So pure substances and impure substances. So in our day-to-day life, what do we mean by pure substance? In any substance, if only that particular substance is present, then it is called pure substance. So in chemistry, purity has some chemical definitions. If we go deep into matter, we will be finding atoms and molecules. Now, pure substance means substance that is made up of same kind of atoms or molecules is called pure substances. That means the composition of the matter should be similar. May it be similar atoms or similar molecules. So if it is made up of same atoms, it is called element, and if it is made up of similar kind of molecules, it is called compound. So pure substances can be defined as that are made up of similar type of atoms or molecules. We will be discussing impure substances later on. We will be discussing pure substance first. So pure substance can be defined as the substance which is composed of or which is made up of one kind of atoms or molecules. So see, there are two terms, atoms and molecules. So because of that, pure substances are classified into two categories. One is called elements, another is called compounds. Elements and compounds. Elements are the substances which are made up of one type of atoms. One type of atoms means, take the example iron block. Any iron block, iron nail, iron block, iron rod, anything that is made up of iron atom only. No other atom is participating in that for the formation of the substance. Just like that oxygen. If you take a cylinder of oxygen, so inside the cylinder only oxygen will be there, no other element will be there. So those kind of things are called elements, which are made up of similar type of atoms. Elements, these are substances made up of same type of atoms. For example, we can take iron, oxygen, nitrogen, etc. So these are elements. We'll be writing their chemical composition as well. Iron is written as Fe, oxygen is written as O2, nitrogen is written as N2. These are the chemical representation of the elements. Next, coming to compounds. So it is very easy to define compounds, as we knew that pure substances are the substances which are made up of similar type of atoms. Just like that, the compounds, which are a subcategory of pure substances, these are made up of similar type of molecules. Now let us define compounds. The substances substances that are made up of similar type of molecules, these are called compounds. Now these compounds can be different types which has two or more atoms combined in it. For example, sodium chloride, water, sugar, etc. etc. Salt, sugar, water, etc. Now writing their composition. Composition of salt is NaCl, sodium chloride. Composition of sugar is C12, H22, O11. It is called sucrose. Composition of water is H2O. Its chemical name is dihydrogen monoxide. Now you see, in case of elements, the substances are made up of similar type of atoms. Taking example, if you take a block of iron, and you see its composition, or you check how it is made up of and what it is made up of. If you check in this portion, you will find one type of element, iron. If you check here, you will also find one type of element, that is Fe. That means this is made up of one type of element or one type of atoms. Now this will be called an atom, which is this will be called an element which is made up of same type of atoms throughout. Just like that, we can take example of oxygen and nitrogen as well. If we take cylinder and we take here O2 gas, so what should we find here? So here we can see this is made up of only iron atoms, and this is made up of the cylinder. This is made up of only oxygen atoms. So we are now clear that elements are the substances which are made up of same type of atoms. We can take many more examples of element like nitrogen, oxygen, argon, chlorine, neon, xenon, and whatever atoms that are present in the periodic table. When they make their own substance made up of only one atom, these are called elements. So we can take 118 elements from the periodic table that we find in our day-to-day life. Metals, taking for example, we can take iron, magnesium, cobalt, nickel, zinc, and other metals which exist in our day-to-day life. So these are all about the elements. Next we will be taking the example of compounds. The compounds, these are the substances which are made up of similar type of molecules. Now what is molecule? Molecules are the substances which are made by two or more same or different atoms. In elements you must have seen there are molecules. O2 is a molecule of oxygen, N2 is also molecule of oxygen, but since they are made up of same type of atoms, they will undergo in case of elements. So here compounds means substances which are made up of molecules, and the molecules which are made up of different elements. Take the example of NaCl. If we take a box where we are giving sodium chloride crystal, in this crystal we will see the crystal are sodium chloride, that means NaCl. Two different atoms we can see, one is sodium, one is chlorine. This is our table salt, the salt we add to our curry and to our food for better taste. Now see, the compound is made up of similar type of molecules. Now these molecules are made up of different atoms. You see here one sodium atom and one chlorine atom. Here one sodium atom, one chlorine. One sodium, one chlorine. Sodium, chlorine. You can see two different atoms are mixing together to make one molecule, and that molecule, when they exist together and make a substance, that is called compound. So here we can understand compounds are the substances which are made up of similar type of molecules. So two types of molecules are there, homoatomic and heteroatomic. So you can tell what kind of molecule sodium chloride is. This is heteroatomic molecules. And what kind of molecule oxygen is? This is homoatomic molecules. Homoatomic means molecules that are made up of same type of atoms. And heteroatomic molecule means the molecule that is made up of different type of atoms. Other example can be taken as sugar and water, etc. These are made up of different type of atoms, but same type of molecules. So these are also pure substances. So here we complete the pure substances, and now we will move towards the impure substances. For impure substances, we can say from our previous definition, that was pure substances, we saw that same type of elements or molecules, same type of atoms or molecules, they constitute the pure substances. Just like that, different elements and different molecules, when combined together, they make impure substances. So impure substances can be defined as consist of substances which consist of two or more different types of particles, atoms or molecules. Now here also different type of particles, and in compound also different type of particles. So there is a huge difference between impure substances and compound. In compound, just understand the substances that we took as same type of molecules, those molecules were formed by a fixed proportion of elements. For example, sodium chloride. This was made up of one sodium plus 1 chlorine. That means fixed proportion of each element. Fixed proportion of each element. So these are the compounds. Again, in mixtures, these are the substances or the atoms or molecules which are present in the substance but which do not react with each other. For example, in water, hydrogen is there and oxygen is there. So they both reacted together and made H2O. This is a compound. Just like that, if you take hydrogen and argon, they will not react. So they will stay as they are. So here it can be called a. So the basic difference between compound and impure substance or pure and impure substances. Pure substances, they are together. In compounds, the substances, they react together or they form bond between them. We'll discuss it later on. So substances which consist of two or more different type of particles, atoms or molecule, which do not react with each other are called impure substances. These are called mixtures. So impure substances are known as mixtures. As we divided pure substances into two categories, that is elements and compounds, impure substance or mixture is also categorized into two different categories. One is called homogeneous mixture, another is called heterogeneous mixture. As we discussed in our previous topic, homoatomic and heteroatomic. Homoatomic means substance which is made up of same type of atoms, and heteroatomic means substances those are made up of different type of atoms. So what is homogeneous mixture? The mixture which is uniform throughout. Taking example of lemonade or lemon water that we make at our home. After making the lemonade, we can taste it and we can say the taste of the upper part of the lemonade is same as the taste of the lower part of the lemonade. And also different solutions we can see. Upper part and the lower part both are having the same composition. So homogeneous mixture can be defined as the mixture in which the particles uniform throughout and or are evenly distributed. So what does it mean by uniform throughout or evenly distributed? Take the example of air. Take the example of air. In air, we see that everywhere we will find 78% of nitrogen and 21% of oxygen and 1% of other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, hydrogen and all. If you take the graph, air, here 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen and 1% other gases. Everywhere, any part of the world you take the air, you will find the same composition. Now, in this case, air can be called a homogeneous mixture. So what else can be the homogeneous mixture? We can say salt in water. It can be a homogeneous mixture. And also the boundaries of the elements or the substances that are present, they are not visible. The boundaries of separation of particles is not visible. So these are the example of homogeneous mixture. Example you can see air, salt in water, etc. These are called homogeneous mixture, which are uniformly mixed together and the boundaries of separation of particles. For example, salt and water. So two components are mixed here, one salt and one water. So can you see the boundary of separation between salt and water? No, because this is evenly mixed, uniform throughout and evenly distributed. So these are called homogeneous mixture. Next, we'll be taking heterogeneous mixture. Mixture is said to be heterogeneous if the components are not properly mixed or are not even throughout, or the boundary of separation is visible to outside. That is called heterogeneous mixture. For example, if you put sand into water, so even after lot of stirring and mixing, they will not mix, and the boundary of sand will also be visible and water will also be visible. So it is very different from mixing of salt into water and mixing of sand into water. So salt into water will be homogeneous because the boundary will not be visible and it will be uniformly mixed after some stirring, and for sand and water after lot of stirring it will not mix. So it is a heterogeneous mixture. Oil and water you can take for heterogeneous mixture. So a mixture is said to be heterogeneous if particles are not properly mixed and the boundary particles are not uniform, so the boundary of separation is visible. For example, sand in water, oil in water, etc. So here it can be told that the substances which do not mix with each other, these will be called heterogeneous mixture. Oil and water, they do not mix, they have different characteristics. Petrol and diesel will mix, they will make homogeneous mixture. But water and diesel or water and petrol, they will not mix, they have different characteristics. So where the substances do not get mixed, how they will make one uniform composition? So that is the situation where heterogeneous mixtures are formed. Now we can differentiate between compounds and mixtures. Here we can say substances same type of molecules which have fixed proportion of atoms. Mixtures, these are the substances which are made up of different type of atoms or molecule which are not present in fixed proportion. Which have no fixed proportion. Second, compounds. In compounds, definite composition, mixtures do not have definite composition. Compound cannot be separated by physical method. mixture can be separated by physical method. Like filtration, decantation, etc. Number 4, energy is absorbed or evolved during formation. Number 4, no energy is evolved or absorbed during formation. So these are 4 basic definitions which differentiate between compound and mixture. One practical example we can take, example of iron and sulfur. If we heat the iron powder and sulfur powder or heat, it will make FeS, that is iron sulfide. So here it will be a compound. And iron sulfide will not show the behavior of iron or the behavior of sulfur. Same like that, iron plus sulfur without heating, if we take iron plus sulfur, so this will be called mixture. This will be called mixture because no heat was absorbed or evolved during the formation of the mixture. So when heat is absorbed, the substances, heat is absorbed or evolved, the substances, they form bond between them which are not breakable during physical process. But whenever no heat is supplied, this is just simple mixture where this mixture will show the property of iron. It will be attracted, iron particles will be attracted by magnet and sulfur will be dissolved by CH2 or carbon disulfide. So these are examples. So from this experiment we can say, 5th point, in compounds the particles do not show their characteristic properties. That means iron sulfide will not show either the behavior of iron, that is will not get attracted to magnet, and nor it will show the behavior of sulfur. That means it will not be dissolved by carbon disulfide. Whereas the mixture of iron and sulfur, it will be attracted, iron particles will be attracted to magnet and sulfur will be dissolved by carbon disulfide solution. So this is the 5th point of separation. You all can write, this is the separation between them or differentiation between them. The 5th point is, in compounds the particles they do not retain their characteristic properties, and in mixture they retain their characteristic properties. So this is all for today. Now the assignments. Number 1, what do you understand by George Francis? Number 2, why sodium chloride is called pure substances. Even if it is made up of two different atoms. Number 3, distinguish between compound and mixture. So 3 questions for the first lecture, and we will be meeting again in our second lecture for the same chapter. Thank you and have a fun-filled learning day.